Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Joey Sly set to kick off. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Mecole Hardman on the return.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. He did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
A gain of 2.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 23 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Hayward on the coverage.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him.
And right away, he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
down right around the 25. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He's going to go up top for the end zone. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Intended for Tyreek Hill.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Chiefs 10, Chargers nothing.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaimed center stage. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Caught left side, Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes they think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
26,
in on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On the ground, this is Williams. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
And Williams on the carry.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. Can't do that.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Tackle made.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Joey Sly on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good.
The kick
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
10. Chargers 3.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Number 26, Damian Williams, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by the Chargers.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Coleman. Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry.
Number 85.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Henry's got it out on the left side.
Herbert's back.
7 yards to pick up there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First down, Charger.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score. Chiefs 10, Chargers 6.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Chiefs take over first and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On first down, it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A gain of
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
6. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Allen, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Herbert. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way. and is much more successful as well.
From the 50, here's Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
To Hunter Henry.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To the air again, Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
First down, Chargers.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Incomplete.
Herbert's pass.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Chiefs 17.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Mahomes to throw once more. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mahomes firing complete. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Gain of 7 makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Back to throw, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 20.
Herbert and the Chargers down by 11. A minute 45 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. From the gun, Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry.
Herbert's pass.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Out of bounds at the
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
2nd and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Herbert, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert, and it's complete. Henry. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 1st down, Justin Herbert, and he will find his man on the outside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Complete to
Herbert throwing again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
complete.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 6 there on first. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Today's final score, Chiefs.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire